Analyze versus apply. Boy, oh boy. I think a lot of people need to hear this. I needed to hear it when I first got started. I see this all the time. I fell into it. I get it. It's not like it's a situation where you look at the person and be like, wow, you're a total idiot. That makes no sense. No, it does make sense. It makes sense until you really kind of start to think about it. And that's the idea behind this video. But yeah, like I said in the intro, analyze versus apply. There's a massive, massive difference out there when it comes to trading, but when it comes to a whole lot of things. I mean, I can understand just, the game of football, where if you live overseas or in the United States, the game of soccer. I understand that, from an analyzation perspective, okay, you got to get the ball down the field and then you have to kick the ball into the net. Okay, yeah, that's analyzing the situation. That's what needs to happen. But to actually go out on the field and to get the ball down the field to apply that analyzation, there's a whole lot more that goes into it, right? There's things that need to occur. So sure, you could be sitting there, reading a book, watching a YouTube video that's teaching you the rules of soccer, how to analyze the field, how to analyze the dynamics. Like I said, kick the ball down the field, and then kick the ball into the net. And, while you get the ball down the field, you can't use your hands unless you're the goalie, the goalkeeper. All right, that's great. You're all analyzing it. That's the situation. That's how things, kind of work. Those are the rules. That's what, the goal box, that's what that represents. But you're analyzing the situation. But again, okay, now go into the actual process of applying all those rules and all those dynamics. And it's a whole nother ball game. Don't get me wrong. Do you need to know how to analyze? Absolutely. But there's more to analyzing something than just, understanding all the rules. And in the world of trading, and where I see this all the time, is people are like, Clay, yeah, I get it, man. That's called a candlestick. I know all the dynamics of the candlestick. I know, what each point represents. I get it. I know. Clay, yeah. I get that is a resistance. I understand that's a support. Yep. I mean, so the summary of all this is, yeah, I know how to read a chart. And I'm not doubting those people. I'm not doubting you. If you may understand candlesticks, you may understand resistance supports, moving averages, for example. So yeah, you probably know how to read a chart. But what about when it comes to applying the chart? That's a whole nother ball game. And that's why, just because if you read a book on technical analysis charts, or I'll even be honest, even if you take my basic course, robotic trading, which is the foundation of charting and making sure you truly know how to read one, just because you take that one course does not mean that you're going to ready to go out there and start trading. Because when you start trading, you need to know how to actually apply the chart itself. Apply it how? Well, within one word, you need to how to look at things in regards to risk, making sure you are making wise decisions. Or in other words, is the risk I'm taking worth the potential reward? And a chart is an awesome, awesome tool to do that. Another thing, and this will shock some people, when you apply, you need to not predict. Charts don't, there's no such thing as a crystal ball, but it is going to happen in terms of manage. As I always say, and I think I heard it from somebody, so I could be plagiarizing this. I apologize to the source. But charts are not used to predict. Charts are used to manage the unknown. Well, okay, manage the unknown. What exactly does that mean? Exactly. That's applying. Yeah, you can read a chart. Yeah, you know what a candlestick is. There's more to it though. You need to be able to go out there and actually get the ball down the field. You need to be actually able to kick the ball into the net. And that's where things become a lot more skill oriented, I should say. And that's why, again, reading a book, watching a YouTube video, buying just a foundational course in how to read charts is not all of a sudden going to turn you into a trader, because while you learn how to analyze things, to actually apply it, there's a whole lot more that goes into it. Also, just the whole mental component of things. And I would argue that part of actually taking a chart and applying it is, doing so in a way that's going to mentally keep you at ease. Again, how do you do that? Well, there's a lot that goes into all of this. This is why it drives me nuts when people watch like a 45-minute video and they're like, okay, that's all it takes. Now I know what a candlestick is. I know what a chart is. I'm ready to trade. I know how to, open up my broker and put in a buy order. So there we go. I know how to trade. If only it were that easy. And I mean, if I was smart, what I should be doing is just telling you that is all it takes. All you got to do is learn how to read this stuff and here, buy my course, and then you're going to be good to go. You're going to be ready to trade. But like I said, you need to be able to apply, and applying things are a whole nother animal. So, and the results of all this, when I try to tell people, listen, my hidden motive here is now I have a video that I can send these people that kind of fall into this. But Clay, I got it all figured out. I don't need anything because I know how to read a chart, and now I can send them this. But what I usually find out with people that decide, what, I'm going to trust you. I am going to get the course. They say, wow, there's a lot more to it than I thought. Or I thought I knew what a chart was, but wow, I was missing out on a lot of things. Or wow, yeah, I mean, I did understand how to use or how to read a chart, but as far as how to use a chart, so that's another way. Read versus use. Yeah, a lot of people out there can read a chart. They're actually not that complicated if you're taught in a well-structured way. But using them, that's a whole nother ballgame. And a lot of people say, well, yeah, wow, Clay, thank you. I'm glad because I knew how to read a chart, but using a chart, I had absolutely no idea. And I mean, it's not that hard. You don't have to take my word for it. Just start to look around and you'll see people out there, especially if you truly know how to read a chart. But then you go and you look and you're thinking, wow, that's not actually being used in any sort of logical manner at all. And people way oversimplify things and get themselves in trouble, and things spin out of control in a hurry. So just kind of be honest, be open with yourself. And I'm not trying to take away. If you know how to read a chart, truly read a chart, awesome. You've taken a big step. That's great. But just realize that there is more to it because sure, you understand the rules and the general concepts of you needing to get the ball down the field to kick it in the net. But at the end of the day, you still got to get out on that field and you still got to be able to get the ball down there and kick it in the net. So keep that in mind as you go through your educational and trading journey. Just because you watch a couple of videos on YouTube and you know what a candlestick is, that's only going to take you so far. If you are out there trading alone currently and maybe are in the market looking for a community to join to assist you in your trading or to just help you, give you another set of eyeballs, then I do have a private trading community where you can trade alongside me and other experienced traders. So what you see popping up on the screen right now is both an information link. So if you click on the inner circle one, that is going to take you to the page where I explain all the details of what exactly come with the community, both the chat room and the newsletter. And then the other image that has popped up is a behind the scenes tour where you can see exactly what is going to be contained within the community. I take you through, like I said, a behind the scenes tour of everything, and that way you'll know precisely what you are getting when you join. So definitely check that stuff out if you are interested and thinking about wanting to join a community, and let me know if you have any questions.